Man, y'all know the face, y'all know the name. Y'all tuned into the World's Worst Podcast, Talk Ain't Cheap Podcast, hosted by yours truly, Mr. It's a Movie Please Real Talk. In the traditional Talk Ain't Cheap fashion, y'all know I don't introduce my guests. I got some giants on the podcast. So when they talk, you gotta listen. So guests, please introduce yourself.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? My name is Luxama. I'm a serial entrepreneur. Have a couple business here in New Jersey. Just vending machines, content, and anything passive.
You're very dope, my bro. So we met on the airplane coming from InvestFest, and I guess my question for you is, how was InvestFest for you?
InvestFest, it was a cool event. Like I've never been to Atlanta. The fact that you have 20,000 people in a room with heavy speakers and it's a lot of different like occupations, a lot of different businesses. I think that's really dope. Only thing that I would just say about InvestFest, I think that it was a lot of motivation, not enough actionable steps. But then again, it was 20,000 people, so I know everybody's on a different level when it comes to their business acumen and what they do. So like, I think the more the value was actually like in the audience. For people that go that probably didn't like it, I think if the audience is where you were gonna grab your value from, talking to people. I got a bunch of Instagrams, got a bunch of numbers, got a bunch of connections. I think that was what InvestFest was for. Also too, I started realizing like the millionaires and multimillionaires that we look up to, they're regular people. They're like normal people. Like I'm shaking their hands, I'm rubbing shoulders with them. I'm sitting here like, most of you guys are smarter than these people, but like you just don't believe that you can make that $100,000 a month or $300,000 a month or $1 million a month, whatever like your goal is. Like these people are just regular. So that's what I took away from InvestFest.
So you are an entrepreneur. What was your earliest entrepreneurial experience?
So for me, like entrepreneurship started like in high school. Like that was like when I really started getting deep into entrepreneurship. So my senior year, I had to sell like these bracelets for this event called the Pinkathon. And the Pinkathon was basically like a breast cancer event. And a girl was like, "Hey, Donald, can you sell these bracelets for me?" The bracelets were $3. That night, it was like, I think it was like a soccer or football game. I sold about 75 bracelets, right? So like $3, 75 bracelets. I think that's $225, I think. But like at the time, I'm over here like, wow, that's crazy. Like I could really be like a big entrepreneur. So at the time, I'm thinking like when I go to college, I'm gonna do business. I'm gonna start opening up a car wash. That was like my plan early on. But that's like when I first really started like touching into like entrepreneurship.
And you do a lot of passive income stuff.
Yeah.
Why passive income, and how did you realize that the businesses that you want to get into that were going to be passive?
So the thing is, like Warren Buffett once said that like if you can't find a way to make money while you sleep, you're gonna work until you die. And that concept is like crazy to me. Like if you're not able to make money while you're not there, then you just have a job at the end of the day, right? Like, if you're doing something and you have to be present, you always have to be there, and then you basically have a job. So passive income was like the plan. But the thing is, I know people online always say, "Oh, there's no such thing as passive income," because there's nothing for nothing. So you have to do something in order to gain the passive income at like a large scale. Like the people that you want to make passive income where you're able to really sleep in and do that stuff, I feel like a lot of work needs to be done prior before you could really gain like true passive income where you really don't have to do any work. But so yeah.
Okay, I feel that. So so you went to college.
Mm-hmm.
And did you major in business in college?
I majored in business in college. Yeah.
So when did you first start your first business in college?
Okay, so I started my first business. It was this business called DSK Products during COVID, right? So me and this girl named Sarah K, we started this business called DSK Products, and we sold hand sanitizers, lotions, candles, shirts. We sold all this stuff during COVID. Hand sanitizers primarily because at the time, all the hand sanitizers were clear off the shelf, so there was no hand sanitizers on the shelf at all. So we decided let's sell hand sanitizer. So it was like a struggle to find the alcohol. We found the alcohol, and then we finally. After that, we started selling hand sanitizers. I got these bottles from Dollar Tree. I got these labels from Vistaprint. Sarah Kay, at the time, she knew how to make the hand sanitizer, so that's how our business got started. That's the first business I started, yeah.
And how did that go?
That was an amazing business. I think we made like $1,000, like our first, like, that was like my true entrepreneurship. I made like $1,000. At the time, I'm thinking like, yo, that's a lot of money. Like $1,000, you feel me? Like, and mind you, we're in college, you feel me? The way I was making money at the time, I was door dashing. So to be able to make $1,000 off products that you made, and mind you, we were like getting the products from Dollar Tree, like we were really flipping this stuff, you feel me? So that was like really, really cool. And we were just like branding this business out. And that's what really like led up to like my next business as well. Like that fueled my next business.
All right. So tell us about the next business.
So the next business we started was I started the vending machine business. So we made $1,000 from DSK Products. That was the clothing, the shirts, and all that stuff because we were really blowing up that company, right? $1,000 is not a lot, but like at the time, think of it, I never made that much, right? So then we found the Sarah K, she found this ad saying you can make $1 million with vending machines if you have it in a 24-hour location. In my mind, I'm like, yo, you can actually own vending machines? I never knew that. Like, it just blew my mind. Because I was always thinking, like, big companies own the state or something like that. So when I figured out I could do it, I started watching people like Jaime Ibanez. I'm just in the dorm rooms. The thing about me, I don't really ask a lot of questions. I really just jump in head first, and I'll figure out the rest of the details later. So I found a location. I found 2 locations. One was for $3,000 and one was for $5,500, right? And in my mind, I was reading a bunch of like a business books at the time, right? Robert Kiyosaki, he made this book called Rich Dad Poor Dad, and he said whenever you come up against a problem, don't make statements, ask questions, right? So the 2 vending machines combined was about, like, let's say, I think 10,000. My question was like, how am I gonna make the 10,000? Instead of saying, dang, I can't make the 10,000. It was always how, right? So now I'm just thinking of different ways. What can I do? What can I start? So I found the location for $3,000. It was 2 combo vending machines. It was like in a barbershop. It was in a barbershop, an office building, and and I forgot what else, and makeup school, right? And the guy was selling it for $3,000. So I asked my dad for a loan for $2,000. So he gave me a loan for $2,000 plus the $1,000 we already had, and that made $3,000 to buy this location. The guy from that location said the vending machine made $200 a week. Come to find out, only like we came after the 14 days, it made like $14. Like, it was crazy. But we were getting all the snacks for free, so like that's why the location was good at the time. So yeah, that fueled my second business. That's how I got my first 2 combo vending machines in a location. So I bought the vending machines with the location.
So I didn't know that you can buy vending machines with locations. I thought you have to buy the vending machines and then you find a location.
Yeah. But, like, I think that's the worst thing people could do. Like, never buy a vending machine first. And I tell people this all the time. Don't buy the vending machine first. You want to find the location first. Because if you buy the vending machine first and then you realize you bought the wrong vending machine, you're going to be really upset. And I did this before, right? I bought the vending machine and ended up sitting for, like, a couple months. And then I found out the location I wanted to put the vending machine at. I actually wanted a drink vending machine. But I bought a snack vending machine. So that's why you always want to buy that's why you always want to find the location first. So you know what type of vending machine the location needs, and also sizing, right? So some people don't measure out their spaces, and then they go to the location with the vending machine, and then the vending machine can't fit through the door, and then you're like very upset. So that location, the first 2 combo vending machines I got, that was in our right location. Over time, it started getting better as like the people. As we started putting better snacks, we were asking the people what they want. We had a few problems. We lost a couple keys. We spent a couple $100 in like keys and stuff like that. So yeah, so that was our first. That was like how I got into like the vending machines in the beginning.
So when you lose keys, like what do you do to get your stuff back, like so you can get access to the vending machine?
So if you lose the keys, you have to drill out the lock, right? Because they can't just make keys for like you could just buy them online, because then everybody could just steal from a vending machine, because each key is like made one of one. So so we lost one of the keys. I think we put on the car and then we ended up running over the keys or something like that. So then we had to hire someone to drill out the lock. Mind you, we could have done it to ourselves. We ended up spending like about $300 because we lost the keys about twice. So then we ended up spending like $300 to drill out the locks and then put new locks in the vending machines.
Yeah, that must suck.
No, that was a crazy experience. Especially like, also too, like, let me mention this. I think at the time I was getting not PPP loans, the unemployment checks. Like, all these people were using their unemployment checks, and they were going out, they were buying clothes, they were buying shoes. Me, I was taking the unemployment checks. I was buying stuff for the vending machine. I was buying snacks. I was buying like lights I was just buying all this cool stuff for the vending machine. I think I was making like $200 like a week or something like that. So I was using my unemployment checks for that because this was during COVID and stuff. Yeah.
So during COVID, like, what made you like want to get into vending machines outside of like that ad? Like, were you looking for other businesses at this time, or was this like the only business you were looking for?
No, the thing is, at the time, like, in college I started like so many different businesses. It was just like whichever one. Like, I'm the type of person, if I see it, I can't unsee it. And then I start thinking about it. Then I start watching videos, and then I just take action. You feel me? I started more businesses in that college. Like, I started flipping books. I made like $30,000 from flipping books. I was making a couple tens of thousands from the stock market. I was doing that like while in college. So any business I seen, I did. Flipping furniture, like, vending machines just happen to come up. Like, I tell people all the time, like, if you do what you're passionate in, you could really lose that passion really quick when it's not making money. Like, if you're passionate about something and then you start doing it and you realize it doesn't make enough money, you could sit there and be like, dang, man, I'm not passionate about it no more because it makes no money. So for me, I just did what I had available to me, because I feel like when you focus on abundance, you realize like you lack nothing. People nowadays, they focus a lot on lack. You feel me? If you focus on the stuff that you lack, you're gonna forget all about your abundance and stuff. So I just feel like do what you have with what you have, basically.
No, I love that. So you said that you was flipping furniture.
Mm-hmm.
You also were like moving furniture for money as well.
Yeah, I was moving. Yeah, yeah, that was crazy because like I started the because this is what happened, right? So I had the okay, I got to do in chronological order, right? So I had the vending machine business, right? I'm making money from the vending machine, right? And then one year, I think this was 2021. I started doing option trading, right? And I was making a lot with option trading. I'm talking about $10,000 days, $20,000 days, right? The only bad side about making a lot of money really quickly, you start not to value money as much. So like I started losing a lot. I think I lost like 100,000 that year. But at the time, like I'm option trading. Me and my cousin, we were blowing this thing up. $10,000 days, $20,000 days. You feel me? It's like a game to me at this point. You feel me? But you know, at the time, markets were very volatile. I think Trump was in office, so the market was like super just volatile at the time, just going up. You feel me? Like that back then. Like I put like 1,200. I made a call for like 1,200. I made like 27,000 on that play. But at the time, so I was losing a lot of money, right? I was losing a lot of money, but I was doing a bunch of other businesses. So I started doing books. I started flipping books on Amazon. That was another business I picked up on, right? I tried it one time and then I got deep into it. So I was doing that with the that vending machines and vending machines, Amazon FBA, and option trading. I was doing it heavy at the time, and I was getting books on books. Like there was one point I got like 10,000 books, and I was just always doing stuff in college. Like every time, like if you went to my dorm room, you would just always be like, yo, what's Donald doing? You'll see like 10,000 books in my room, or like boxes of puzzles, or like one time too, I bought like when I made my first big play in option trading, I bought a pallet. I flipped the pallet. You ever seen those pallets? Like I went to a liquidation place and I flipped the pallet. And then I started getting heavy into books. That's when I got the Gaylords and stuff. So I was just doing a lot. So when I started moving the furniture, right? I wanted to start a couch flipping business. I saw this guy named Ryan Pineda. I saw this other guy, I forgot his name, but they basically started couch flipping businesses, and it looked super cool. Like I'm always up for the challenge. I started the couch flipping business. Me and my friend named Vlad, we went all around my town, city, New York. We're going all these places just to pick up free couches, free leather couches, fix them up, and try to flip them. I sold one couch. You feel me? And mind you, I'm deep in this point because, like, mind you, I spent like $4,000 for a pickup truck. I'm deep in the hole already in this business, right? I only sold one couch for $200, right? And I think me and Sarah Kay at the time, we just ended up buying a cat with that, like with the $200. But after that, I don't like losing as much. So then I was like, I'm gonna double back and I'm gonna start moving people's furniture because I think that was easier to do. And the reason why I thought of that because we were doing a challenge, but we never finished the challenge, and it was a challenge that me, Sarah Kay, and my other friend were doing. We were trying to see if we could make $10,000 from $0, and that was one of the plays. We would just move people's furniture. Take out people's furniture, and I'll throw it away at my dump. I would charge people $100 just to remove their couch. Imagine 10 seconds worth of work, and then you make $100. It was like that was a cool business.
Wow. So you've just been these last couple of years just getting crazy, trying to find ways to make money. I want to touch on the options play because that's something I always wanted to get into. Mm-hmm. How did you learn about options? And when you lost 100,000, like, were you like, I'm done with options, or what did you do to like get your money back up?
To be honest, like for me, so this is the thing, right? So my cousin put me onto option trading, right? I tried it. I didn't really know about it, but I was always like a little bit investing into stocks, right? I would just buy like a little bit of stock here, a little stock here, a little stock here. I was just doing that. Then my cousin put me onto option trading. It's basically when you're buying I was doing calls and puts. So you're betting where the stock is going to go up or down, right? And it's so it's like you're buying 100 stocks of the contract. If it goes up a lot, you make a lot of money. If it goes down a lot, if it goes up a lot and you say it's gonna go up, you make a lot of money. If it goes down a lot, and you say it's gonna. So my cousin put me on, and me and my cousin were just looking at different stocks, and we're like, okay, Amazon's gonna go up. And the way you figure out it's gonna go up, I will kind of learn this like later on when I started actually charting graphs and stuff like that. Is you'll go based off the news. What we would do is we'll basically trade off earnings, right? That's not really a good way to trade because it's so risky. It's like a 50-50 coin. But usually on earning days, stocks, whether they go up or down or they're choppy, but at the time they were going really, really high. So that's what I was doing. I was really trading on just trading on earnings. So basically when the stock comes down and says this is how much we made and stuff like that, or on news, right? So let's say Elon Musk goes. I remember Elon Musk went and he smoked a cigarette or whatever, or weed, or on a podcast. Tesla dropped. So anything affects the market, you feel me? And we were just like capitalizing off it. You feel me? So that's what I was doing. And when I lost the 100,000, I think like I was in my bag because at the time I had all my credit cards maxed out. I wasn't sleeping as much. I was really down. And at the time too, my family member that I was trading with, like he had me co-sign something for him, and he didn't pay it. So now my credit score is down like 100 points. I'm stressing.
Damn.
Down 100,000. Credit cards all maxed out because I'm trying all these different businesses. And then like now I have my credit score. I see it at like 5 something. You feel me? Relationships and I was going through it in the don'ts, but at the time I feel like what doesn't work for you, it really works on you. So that's why I was like, those times I'll just pray God and be like, yo God, thank you for pulling me through that, because when you start losing a lot of money, you know, you feel like eating, your chest hurts, and you just think like, dang, I had all this money. But I think in those times, just gotta be. I was just like, yo, praise God. You feel me? You feel me? I was able to make that. I feel like the key to being happy all the time is just really like just being thankful for it. Like, dang, I made 100,000. How many people could say they made that in a couple months or 2 months, whatever it was, right? How many people could say they did that? So like that was the way that like I overcame that. For anybody that's going through struggles, whether your business is not working or you're just losing a lot of money, whatever it is. So
Very dope. I feel that. So now you have about how many vending machines locations do you have now? Or vending machines do you have now?
Oh, I gotta explain that. Okay, I'm in college. I remember I bought the first. We're gonna call it the baby location. That was the 2 combo vending machines I bought, right? So in college, there was this guy. He was selling a huge company, right? That's why I be trying to look for companies, right? He was selling like 50 vending machines in 48 locations for like $48,000, right? At the time, I'm running it up in the stock market. I'm over here like, yo, I could really buy this. You feel me? I could really buy the whole route. But at the time, my business partner was like, nah, we should kind of stick to a couple locations. I wish going back, I would have bought more locations, but I ended up buying 3 locations for $3,500. So I bought 8 vending machines and 3 locations from it, right? So yeah, and then so I bought that location. So now I had how many locations I had? We had 5 locations at that time. I think I was up to 6 or 7 locations at a point. We lost the baby location. We ended up losing the baby location because I didn't think they were really a good location. They were breaking our vending machine. They were just texting us a lot. We ended up losing like the first vending machine location that we got. Then I ended up selling one of the vending machines that I got from the deal. So I bought the deal for $3,500 and I sold one of those vending machine locations for $4,000. So now I got all my money back from that deal. Plus the money, I made like $2,000 from that location in those 6 months. So I ended up getting my money back. So now in total, currently today, I have 4 locations.
Very dope. And what is the goal? Is your goal to scale to more locations, or you want to get into other businesses?
See, like, I've been reading a bunch of books, right? And I've been reading this book called like The One Thing that basically tells you like you should do one thing to really get good at it. Cause like I realized when you do a lot of businesses, you don't really get big in any business, right? Like I never really got big in Amazon FBA. Like I sold $30,000 worth of books. Why didn't I scale that to $1 million? I had the vending machines. I had the option. Like I was just focusing on so many things. I feel like the goal for me now is I'm trying to get more locations, but I realized early on that like more vending machine locations doesn't equal more money. So like I don't want to like, so if people offer me and they text me and they DM me and say, oh, Don, I have a vending machine location for you, but like some locations are really just jobs. Like imagine a location that's making you, let's say like $50, $100 a month, because the average vending machine location makes like $200 a month. You feel me? So like I'm at the point right now where like I'm not trying, because I don't like the word trying. I think trying is like you're like in and out.
It's
going
the fetus language.
Yeah, So like I'm going to get more locations. I said I want a building this year, but we're gonna see. I'm gonna say we're trying. No, I'm not trying. I'm going to get a building soon. Whether it's a car wash, a laundromat, to put vending machines inside. That's really like my goal for now. Like really just trying to build up my following. I've been building up like Instagram, TikTok as well. So I've been trying to just build up my brand and my following and get more locations. I'm looking for buildings. So like I don't have to like get permission to put my vending machines. I could just put the vending machines in there. I think that would be great for content. Like imagine I buy like a laundromat and then I just put the vending machines in there already. So like that's what I'm working on.
So you're trying, like not trying, but your goal is to buy an actual laundromat?
No, buy a building. I just say laundromat, but like it just
like to actually buy a building.
Yeah, buy the building.
That's fire.
Mm-hmm. So I put the vending machines. Even if I have to rent out the building too, but just to have the access to the building, and then I had the vending machines in there. So now I'm making money both ways, and that's more content, and that's more like I could really monetize it in a way.
How would you go about buying a building?
Buying the building, it depends. It depends what it is, right? So I know people be like, where are you gonna get the money from? So I do these things called like susus. I don't know if you ever heard about a susu.
Mm-hmm.
You know what a susu is?
Yeah, kind of, but you could explain it to the audience.
Yeah, but a susu is basically a a big saving plan, right? So basically the way it works is everybody will put money in a pot and everybody will get the money, and everybody will have a turn getting taking from the pot, right? So let's say you have a susu of $15,000, you have 10 people, everyone's gonna put in money. This person gets 10,000, this person gets 10,000. It's gonna go all the way across, right? So now I'm in a bunch of them. I'm in a lot of them. Some for 10,000, 16,000, 5,000. This. So then I've been saving. I don't really save, but like I'm basically like saving to put like a big down payment on something that I find in the future. Either that, like that's what I was gonna do, or I could go the credit route. I could, let's say I were to get a credit card for 50,000, get a couple credit cards on the business side for DSK Vending LLC, and so that's really my plan for it. But the thing is, I'm realizing is I need to, I'm working more on like the collaboration part for me. Like if I don't have to do it myself, if I could find other people, because I have like other people always like, Donald, if you find something, let me know. You know what I'm saying? So like that's really like the plan. I'm just that's my way about going for the building. I'm gonna pay for the building and stuff.
Now I like your approach to everything that you do. I think for someone as young as you are, to be as inquisitive and dedicated and just so like you just very like, not aggressive is not the word, but you go after the things that you want. I really like that about you. How did you develop this mindset?
To be honest, it's just I feel like you have to be in a sense like committed. Like I just feel like I meet a lot of people and I feel like they're just defeated in life. You feel me? They just like, and I was like, I can't be like that. Like God says you have power. You feel me? Take control over like, you feel me? You're more than a conqueror. You're the head and not the tail. I think like for me, I just been saying the word. I feel like words have a lot of power, right? I've been saying like these words to myself for years. You feel me? When I was down to 100,000, I was telling myself I'm gonna be great. You feel me? Before I started my vending machine business, like think about this, right? When I was starting my vending machine business, like I remember I used to watch like all these people like on TV and stuff, and now people are now got like hundreds and hundreds of millions of views, and now people are asking me like I remember I used to tell myself like I'm gonna be the best in the world at this. I'm gonna be the best, and that's how I really just gained the mindset. Just the words I say. A lot of you people don't think they could be stuff is because the words. You feel me? Like I'm the type of person like I'll leave relationships off of the words that people say. Like if you're around people in groups that are like always negative, you feel me, always complaining, always being a victim, you feel me, then you're never gonna be successful. Like I blame everything I always say it's my fault, even though it's not my fault, because like I can't give people the power. You feel me? When something happens in my life, let's say this is an extreme example. I always tell people like, let's say my girl cheated on me or something. I'm gonna say it's my fault. Even though it's not my fault, it's still my responsibility in a sense to really just don't be a victim. Because I feel like a lot of people, they get into like this victim mentality. They just believe that like, they just keep pointing the fingers and then like they just never are victorious over their problems. So for me, it's just more like the words I say to myself, like, what are you telling yourself? Who are you surrounding yourself with? And I feel like that has like helped me to like really just get this like mindset of like I'm gonna win, I'm gonna do it, and like you just keep telling yourself and just low wins. After a while, you're just like, whoa, like I'm really, I think I'm good. Like I tell people this all the time, like there's people that make way better content than me. There's people that are way smarter than me. There's people that, but why can't they? They'll probably never make as much money as me. They'll probably never get as far in life as me because they just don't believe that they can. Their words don't really match their actions. For me, even when I was negative, I remember I was putting like a negative $900 in my bank account. I'm like, yo, one day I'm gonna have $1 million. One day, I'm still saying this myself. You know what I mean? Even though it's not there, because like people have to understand, like you have to believe it before it's, you know what I'm saying, before you actually see it.
Nah, that's real. One thing I would say that I'm working towards is being around more impactful people. Mm-hmm. So I'll ask you, like, how has networking benefited your success and your growth?
I think networking. That's a good question, because I'm struggling with that too. Like finding a group of people that like consistently, like constantly, because there's more average people around me than there are more successful people around me, and that's why I feel as if like community groups and like online is probably like a place to like is where I like network the most, because like I don't know, I feel like because I struggle with that too, like trying to find a group, because mind you, a lot of people like my age, I'm younger, I'm like 24, a lot of people my age are really, oh, down, let's party, let's do this, and I don't do any of that stuff. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't party, I don't, you know what I'm saying, I don't really do any of that stuff, because like I'm just on a mission right now. So me, it's hard for me. I to be honest, I just try to go like online and just try to find that community of people to listen to like talk to and stuff, in terms of like trying to find that group.
Yeah, I agree. I remember, like, 'cause when I was your age, I remember I used to be like super entrepreneurial as well. I used to throw parties as a party promoter, event planner, event management specialist. I used to do promotion. I used to sell clothes. I used to run a cab service. I sell candles now. I sell clothes now. Um, I do my podcast now. But I did so much stuff back then. One thing I would tell you is never lose your hunger. Because one thing I've
Facts.
noticed is when things are good, people start to get lax, and you don't want to get lax when things are good. When things are good, you want to go harder because sometimes it doesn't always last. Like, one everything operates in seasons. So one season you might be up, the next season you might be down. So you just want to make sure that you always put yourself in a position that when things are going good, that they can be better, and when things are going bad, you thank God that it won't last. So that's what I would tell you. Um, what, what advice would you give your younger self about where you are now with the business that you're in?
Oh, like, if I would tell myself, I think to my younger self, I would just be more hungry for me. Like, listen to yourself more, trust in yourself more in a sense. You feel me? I feel like I really trust people that weren't capable of like helping me back then. I think also too, I think you need to derive your value from something too. You feel me? I think sometimes like we derive our value from like from relationships, from people that we shouldn't, and that kind of like in a sense makes you like not really want to take the decision. I feel like the faster you are at making decisions, like you become like a better entrepreneur. Like the faster you're able to say, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna accomplish this is what I'm gonna do. I think the better you are as an entrepreneur. I think a lot of us, like, we get analysis paralysis. We study these businesses for like a long time, and then like we don't take action. So like I would just tell my younger self, take more action, listen to yourself more, and just cut off all distractions. You feel me? Because the parties and everything that you guys want, they're still gonna be there. You feel me? And also the relationships that I was into. I think sometimes like when don't let your eyes deceive you. Like, so the guys, the girls and stuff, don't let your eyes really deceive you in the sense of that, like, someone can look good for you, but like they're gonna take you down a terrible path. So like listen with your ears. You feel me? And also too, I would tell myself that pretty is not enough. Just being like, if you try and find a relationship as an entrepreneur, just understand that pretty is just not enough for you. For me, find someone that's gonna hold you down and really just gonna bring you to like another level and stuff. You feel me? So just have a standard at the end of the day. So that's what I would just tell myself.
That's real. That's really real. So I want to touch back on the vending machines, and you said that you had a couple of vending machines that got broken into. How do you go about making sure that doesn't happen again?
They didn't get broken into. They were like, I guess the location I was at was like a higher end location that had cameras and everything. And the people, I guess they got their snacks stuck, so they made a crack in the vending machine, right? In terms of breaking into, like, I have kids that like shake the vending machine. You could like bolt the vending machines down so they don't shake into them. But like most of the things I see online of people that will be like, oh, your vending machine is gonna get broken into. I never had a vending machine that was like broken into. Like someone broke the glass or that never really happened to me, like, ever. So like if it were to happen, I would just take precaution, try to know where you're putting your vending machines, cameras that would help. You know what I'm saying? If the vending machines were broken into, then like you could like actually like find the culprits, and you know what I'm saying, you could file the report and do stuff like that.
Well, very dope. Are you the only entrepreneur in your family?
Yeah. I guess my dad's an author. He writes books, so like I guess like that counts as an entrepreneur. But like, yeah, I'm like the only like heavy like entrepreneur in my family.
And how has that process been? Like, do you get support with your family, or have you had to like kind of figure it out yourself throughout this process?
I think my mom, like, I feel like my parents, like, they support me a lot, even though they were like, oh, you need a job, but they support me. They support me a lot. Sometimes I feel like sometimes your parents don't understand, and that's when you have to make them understand, because what worked for some people is not gonna work for you. Work for them is probably not gonna work for you. But like they've been like super supportive in like my entrepreneurial like journey. Like they'll send their stuff. Like my parents will help me, like if I ever, like, let's say I needed like a loan or something. But when I needed a loan from my dad, he was there to give it to me. So like I do think they were very, very helpful like in the process and stuff. You feel me?
No, I like that. I like that. And you recently just graduated.
Yeah.
So are you a full-time entrepreneur now, or are you still like you still work as well?
I'm a full-time entrepreneur. Like the thing is, like, I usually go until I run out of money. That's usually been my whole like life. I go until I run out of money, and I think a lot of people like take advantage of your situation. If you're living at home, take advantage of it. If you're not paying for any bills, you don't have a wife, you don't have any kids, you don't have like take advantage of those situations. I remember when I was in the dorm rooms and like people always be like, "Oh, you have your parents to help you and whoop de whoop." But mind you, when I'm in the dorm rooms, I'm like, we're all like you have all the time I have. You feel me? We're in the same place. We're on even playing field right now. I was doing businesses and I used to see my friends party. They used to do all this like extra stuff, and now they wonder why they didn't get anywhere and stuff. I forgot the question you asked me.
No, it was basically about the support.
Yeah, but I do feel like my parents had like supported me a lot, but sometimes they don't understand the stuff I do. But like I think that's where I just need to like I have to see it from like their perspective and in a sense. But like I'm gonna be a full-time entrepreneur for now. I try to work a job. I work one job. I was a teacher. I was a substitute teacher for a month.
Man, I feel like that's everybody's go-to when things get tough.
Yeah, I was a substitute teacher. The thing is, I was making like $300 a week.
$300 a week?
A week.
Why?
Imagine. I don't know what it was. I don't know if they were paying me because I was I was in like a full substitute. I was a para. I don't know.
Oh, you was a sub-para.
I don't know what but at the time in my mind. Look, I'm making a lot of money. I still have my vending machine business. I still have my YouTube channel. I'm getting paid from this happened. I don't think I blown up because I think I learned how to blow up when I was in that school. I think sometimes God puts you in places and you're like, whoa, I need to be here in a sense. When I was in the school, I literally watched what the teacher did and I was like, okay, this is how I'm gonna blow up on Instagram. The teacher literally like broke down stuff super simple for the kids. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do the same thing on Instagram. Mm-hmm. And that's how I really like blew up and stuff. But the problem with the school, the environment, I'm telling people, is super important. These teachers, I gave these teachers like the play, you feel me? I taught these teachers everything. One day, I went there, I told the teachers every single thing I know. I'm talking about, like, yo, this is how you make I made $250,000 in a dorm room. I'm giving them everything I know, you feel me? They did not listen to a word I say. People think that when you're in the same place as them, you guys are probably doing the same thing. They probably think, I'm not, wow, listen, this is a 23-year-old kid. He don't know what he's talking about business. He hasn't done anything. And I gave him the game, you feel me? I'm talking about like everything, you feel me? Mm-hmm. But like, and the environment was just terrible. The teachers, if you believe that you're going to make $50,000 a year, you're going to be stuck at $50,000. Those teachers, they have the potential to make millions, but they just don't believe that they can. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So, like, that was the only time, like, I worked the job, and, like, I just be thinking about it today. Like, I gave those teachers, like yo, like, people will pay me, like, hundreds of dollars just to, like, just for me to, like, teach them those type of stuff, you feel me?
So you made $250,000 in the dorm room?
I think I made $250,000 in the dorm room. Almost. I had to get close. I had to be close.
In profit or like?
Because I think just revenue. Because I lost 100, so I took that out. But I think revenue wise, I think I made 100 from like the books, the Because I did more stuff. I can't, because I was doing a lot in college. You feel me? I was doing a lot in college, but I say I had to get close to $250,000 in terms of revenue, probably gross revenue.
That's fire. All right, that's cool. I guess my final question really will be is what's next for you? Like, where do you hope to take this business, all the business that you've done, to the next level? Like, what do you hope to accomplish with this?
So, like, when I was at InvestFest, somebody asked me a question, like, yo, Donald, like, if I want to invest in your business, but I don't want to really run it, how would I get a vending machine here in Florida? So, in my mind, I started thinking, like, I'm going to go put a vending machine in every state. I'm going to have people rent them out. That's why I said in my head, I think that would be a cool YouTube video. I'll go buy a school bus, renovate the school bus out, and go to every single state and see if I could put a vending machine and then have people rent it. That's the idea that's formulating in my head right now. But like now it's just like that. But the thing is, I don't really wait. Like you might see tomorrow, like I'm starting. Like that's the type of person I am. I never really wait. But like that needs a little more planning. But that's what I can see myself doing. Also the building, growing the social media. Also too, I'm trying to build out my because I don't really like calling. I like calling stuff bigger than what they are, right? Like I don't have a social media platform. I have a media company. I don't sell courses. I have a education. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like I just want to build out that more. My Instagram just got hacked, so like I'm kind of tight right now. But like once I get that back up and rolling, I do want to start growing my social media. I think I want to have like 1 million followers around all platforms. I want to get like 100,000 on YouTube, 100,000 on TikTok, probably 200-300 on Instagram. I want to build that out. I do want to start building like things for vending machine, like more like courses and more ways to help people on like how to start their vending machine business. Because I realized like if you give people stuff for free, they don't really take action. Like hundreds of thousands of people saw my how to start a vending machine business video on YouTube, and probably a handful of them not even took action on it. So then people get mad. Why do you charge for everything? Because you're not gonna take it serious unless I charge. Especially for my time too. Like I remember someone's like, yo, Don. I remember I used to do $50 for talk to me for 30 minutes. $50, and I'll give you the game, and I'll stay longer than 30 minutes. I'll probably be on the call for probably an hour, 30 minutes. People would come and waste my time. Like literally not come prepared. I used to be so upset. So now I started doing it for $500. I was like, I'm gonna do it for $500 now. Now people started taking my time. So now because you when you pay money, you start taking it serious. So that's why I see like in the future.
So consulting, putting a vending machine in every city, every state.
Yeah, I think that
Have you thought about creating your own vending machines?
Ooh, I'm not thinking. That would be cool. I never thought of it about making my own van. That would be cool, like making the product like a specialty type of van. That's something I would look into. But I was thinking more like of like a software for like, because you see the videos I make on Instagram where I'd be like, oh, I buy this for this much. Like I was thinking about, let's say I make like a software for like that shows you where the snacks are, how much you could profit from them. I was thinking something like that. But to make a vending machine would be cool. That'd be super cool. That'd be super dope. Actually,
because you're an expert when it comes to vending machines and understanding like what is necessary in a vending machine. And most vending machines, like the older ones, they might be good, but they have to definitely get updated with the times that we're in, with the products that we're in. And they don't have to be super technical. It can still be like the old vending machines, but just with certain things that make it more valuable, to make it more profitable.
Right. You wanna know what's crazy? Vending machines are older than you think. Like most of the vending machines that you see people have, they were made in 1990s, 1980s. I have some vending machines that are like 40 years old.
Wow.
50 years old. Because there's this vending machine called AP Automatic Products. That's like a big vending machine. I think they were bought out by Crane, but they made their vending machines so good they went out of business. They were that powerful. They were that strong. Like I bought vending machines for like 50 years. And I used to be watching like older movies. I'm like, yo, that's my vending machine. You feel me? And I tell people now, like I will have to think about that because like all my my mentors, like the people that. Because the thing is, like, I don't even have the biggest company. Like, I know people in New Jersey that have some huge companies that ran some, like, 7-figure vending machine companies. And I see the level that they're at. I see, like, they have the warehouses, they have the thing. But they're, like, they're just not on camera, so no one knows who they are. So all the information they give me, I try to give it back. But, like, yeah, like, the buying, like, newer vending machines is always, like, frowned upon. Because, like, the older vending machines do, like, a good job. Like, the vending machines we be seeing, they're, like, 20, 30 years old at some point. So I'm like, that's crazy.
And they still run as if
they still run as they knew, yeah. But like that would be cool. Like you ever seen like a smart vending machine?
Yeah.
Like the ones that you will swipe your card and then you just pull out the thing. I think those are getting like more popular. And micro markets, stuff like that, I think those are getting like a lot more popular.
I saw like a vending machine that sells weave.
Weave, yeah. That's the thing. Yeah, I seen that too. That's cool. And think of it, no expiration dates. One sale you probably pay off like okay, because I usually see them in malls. Like waist beads or like I've seen Apple products. I've seen the Kylie Jenner at the airport. Like there's a bunch of different types of vending machines.
Any advice to people who want to start their own vending machine business, want to get into the industry? Do you have any advice that you can share with them?
Yeah, like I tell people this all the time. If I were starting today, I would start taking pictures in front of vending machines. Even if I don't own that vending machine, I'm going around places, I'm taking pictures of vending machines. I'm building up my social media platform because I get a lot of leads on Instagram, right? The thing is, if no one knows you have a vending machine business, no one's gonna like look out for you, right? So literally, I'll go in front of the vending machines, take a bunch of pictures, and then I'm gonna make people my eyes and my ears. So now people are gonna be like, yo, like, Donald, I saw this vending my business or my work needs a vending machine, and then they're gonna hit me up. That's what I would do. I would make the illusion that I have a vending machine business first, and then get a bunch of locations and start buying the vending machines. It was kind of easier when I started. I had an unfair advantage, you feel me? Because everybody was selling their locations because COVID was here and nobody knew like the state of the world. But that's when you gotta take advantage, you feel me? But like that's what I would do if I was starting out today. Like I would just look for different. I would just like look for look for different vending machines, take pictures in front of, and then just like blast it all over social media and tell all my friends, hey, if you find me a vending machine location, I'll give you $200, $300, like what depending on whether how good the location is. And that's how I start getting my leads. I would try to buy companies as well. If you could get a couple friends, let's say companies like 50,000, each of you guys could come up with maybe that's let's say more realistic. Let's say the business was like 10,000. Get 5 friends. Each of you guys put $2,000 in. Break down the profits and stuff like that. That's how I would start and stuff. That's what I would do.
Do you do that now, or right now is everything solely you?
Oh, in terms right now everything's solely me. But like after InvestFest, I'm looking more into the idea of like partnering. Like if somebody has a good location that I see that is worth it, because a lot of locations are not really worth it. That's what I'm telling you. If you're buying vending machines on location, most of the times people are selling it because they're losing money. But that's just some of the that's a lot of the times. But that's where you have to find like the gems and stuff. The people that are like, I'm sick. My kids don't want the business. Like those are the type of people I'm looking for. But like I am like looking towards that. If there's like a good location and somebody and that's why that's gonna be the plan in like the future. I would. Like I told some of my friends, like, yo, if you ever see a good location and you want to partner up on it, we can figure out the details and stuff like that.
Very dope. All right. Well, if people want to follow you, connect with you, where can they go to do so?
On Instagram is DNL14, YouTube, everything, like the word everything, and then the letters DSK, and what else? Yeah, and then on TikTok, I think it's Luxama 153. So like, yeah, if you want to connect with me and stuff like that.
Most definitely. All right, thank y'all so much for tuning in to Talk Ain't Cheap. Y'all follow the brand. Make sure y'all follow Donald. Make sure y'all see what he got going on. He's very dope, very young entrepreneur, but he's killing it. He didn't really say how much he makes per month on his vending machines. I don't know if you want to share, if you care to share.
Oh, in total?
Yeah.
So I make about $3,000. So what is that? $36,000. Yeah, about like $3,000 a month on my vending machines, depending on whether like I sell vending machine locations or not. Like I can have as much such as like $5,000. So that's why I say 5 figures. I think I tell people I make 5 figures a year because it sounds better instead of saying, oh, I make $3,000, $5,000. I think it sounds like, you feel me? Or I think it sounds like better when I say like 5 figures and stuff.
It's a start. And you also sell courses.
Not just start doing that, but like, yeah, I sell the courses and the and like the ebooks and stuff like that. Yeah,
it's very dope. So you doing it, bro. I think what you're doing is amazing, and I think you should just keep up the great work. It's only gonna scale, especially once you build your team.
Nah, for sure.
Once you build your team, it's gonna scale crazy. Have you thought about doing businesses in New York yet, or Jersey's really where you're focusing your energy?
Like in terms of like the vending machines?
Yes.
I thought of it because I always see vending machine locations in New York, but the problem with I was gonna buy a location in Staten Island at one point, but the thing about New York is I'm always thinking about the toll going back and forth across the city lines and stuff. So it's like $15 there, $15 back. So like I'm gonna see tomorrow. I'm going to like a run club in New York City. I'll probably like see if I pass a couple buildings, see what the type of vending machines they have. I might look to see if anything's selling, so I could check out New York tomorrow and stuff. So I would do something in New York if something. It depends. I'm still thinking about it because I'm always thinking about just the going back and forth to buy a product and to cross the lines and stuff like that. So that would like it depends on the type of location it was. It is.
It sounds like you might need to start building a team too.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do start. I kind of have like a small team, but not on like the vending machine side. Because my thing was, it's like, let's say I hire someone to do my vending machine route right now, right? Then I'll lose the content. That's what I always think about. Like, dang, what would I film about? Because people like the content, so it's like if I take it away, then I'm taking away a source of income. But and I'm probably gonna start building out a team soon, into like the vending machine stuff. Like in terms of like, let's say like editors, people that make my thumbnails and virtual, like I have people like that. But like for the business, I do need to make like a team.
Very dope. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Talk Ain't Cheap. Y'all know the slogan is not that deep. It's a vibe.